how do you know when you're talking to someone that is likely to be a great candidate for Litify?
There's a lot of talk that is out there on the size of an organization or the size of a law firm. And you need to be a certain size before you do X or Y. And you should think about having an administrator when you're a certain size. And you need this software when you reach a certain size. I think most of it's arbitrary because a law firm or a legal department of 50 people might be doing more or less work than a law firm of 500 people. And the amount of people you have is not really the answer there. What we look at is we'd say that Litify is for high volume, growth oriented, operational minded companies. So a high volume law firm in the plaintiff space, you have tons of them. People who do personal injury at a really high volume, multi-state, large advertisers. They're dealing with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of inquiries a year, the same number of cases, a really high volume of work. Same on the defense side. We're doing the same thing. They're getting tens of thousands of cases from insurance companies to litigate. So high volume work. Growth oriented, where even if you are not yet at that level, maybe you only have a few thousand cases, but your firm is growing rapidly. We're seeing it a ton in the immigration space and the family space where these firms are growing really quickly. They need a system that is capable of working for them today, but is not going to run out of runway. They need to be able to scale on it, and not just for the next 2 years, but for the next 5 or 10 years. So they're not going to run out of runway. So growth oriented is important. And then the operationally minded is important too, right? If you're a organization that is simply looking for shiny bells and whistles, fancy toys, the latest and greatest, there's a lot of technology out there, right? And you have a plethora of which to choose from. But for folks who are operationally minded, who want to understand what their business is actually doing, where their work comes from, which department, which practice area, which practice group, which team is doing the work, how well it's being done and how quickly it's being done, all the way through revenue. So if you're a plaintiff firm, do you understand what percentage of the settlement you're getting? How does that inform against your advertising and your operating costs? If you're a transactional law firm, your hourly fees, are you able to correctly manage them? Forecast utilization. And on the in-house side, making sure you're not spending too much money, that you're paying your bills appropriately.
So high volume, growth oriented, operationally minded. Are those the three?
Yep.
That's great. And I can see absolutely how that could stretch across different.
And I think the result of that is we don't have a specific size. We don't have a specific geographic area. We don't even have a specific practice area, let's say. Sure, there are some that we've done more work in than others, of course. Have we done more personal injury work than bankruptcy work? Sure. Doesn't mean that we don't do bankruptcy work. Of course not. Litify is endlessly flexible. We can do whatever we want in that area. That's why we have tremendous immigration and family law practices, even though probably a couple of years ago we didn't have any of them. But we grew into that space because our customers demanded it. We develop it. The system is flexible. And as long as you want to use the technology in the right way and you want to invest in the future of your firm and the future of your organization, Litify is absolutely the system for you.